So you've made it over to Dusting Powder TikTok. Welcome. There's so much to cover in so little time. Gosh, we've been busy. But I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit this morning because I was tagged in a few videos, and I understand that many of you are just now finding out about dusting powders. And this is kind of like a repeat of what I saw last year, so I want to address it in advance. But let me introduce myself. My name is Bee. I am the creator and the brand owner of BEEEnchant perfume dusting powders. I am the one who started the whole dusting powder trend on TikTok. Almost 2 years ago, I came to TikTok with my love of dusting powders. And since then, it has just exploded, right? So now you see many brands popping up with dusting powders. You also see some DIYs on dusting powders and so on. So let's tackle a few of them and let's talk about the differences. Okay, dusting powder. So dusting powder is your typically finely milled powder, okay? It came from major fragrance houses back for decades. And the reason why it's called a dusting powder is a couple different reasons. It's the way that it lays and absorbs on your skin. It's the fragrance that it exudes. It's the longevity of the fragrance that it exudes. And then you have body powders. Body powders are typically meant for medicinal purposes, to cut sweat, and also to dry. So, you use body powders when you're going to the gym, when you're exercising, and you're doing anything strenuous. Now, I don't have any of these to show because I don't utilize them. However, the Dollar Tree trend. So, back when dusting powders started trending on TikTok, people started hopping on it, right? And of course, there are always going to be people who want to do something different or they want to do a DIY to it. And I've screamed this from the top of the rooftops, but you can't tell you girls what to do when you think you want to do what you want to do. But Dollar Tree powder, taking that powder and pouring it into a pretty container and using a puff and spraying perfume or oil on cotton balls and sticking it in there is not dusting powder. One reason, Dollar Tree is body powder, and it's already scented body powder. So you're taking already scented body powder, you're spraying your expensive perfume on those cotton balls and you're stuffing it in there. So you're wasting money on two ends. And then that powder is just sitting on top of your skin because that's what it's created to do. Next, the DIY powder, right? DIY powder, people got so excited that someone released the DIY powder. That too, okay? And a lot of the dusting powder companies that are popping up use this actual method to create their powders. If you look at their ingredients, they're utilizing cornstarch, arrowroot, baking soda, and fragrance. The moment that you add baking soda to a dusting powder, it changes the chemistry of it. It then becomes a drying agent. Baking soda is a natural abrasive, right? We see baking soda in all types of products, but usually it's in order to be abrasive. So like you see it in toothpaste to make your teeth whiter, you see it in different food ingredients. But baking soda is a completely different additive. And it also gives you a different texture on your skin. Okay. So those are additional additives. With BEEEnchant dusting powders, I specialize in finely milled EDP level dusting powders. And when I say finely milled powders, right, these are not powders that are done on a DIY level. Okay, these are infused with equipment that ensures that those powders and those fragrances are going to last. With a BEEEnchant dusting powder, it doesn't matter if you've had it a year. The fragrance is going to be the same. You know how you said, like, I can still smell my grandma's powder? That is the reason why. They were finely milled and professionally infused. So my goal is to give you designer fragrances at affordable prices, okay? And so, fragrances like your Baccarat, your Burberry Goddess, that you're going to go into a Neiman Marcus or a Sephora and you're going to spend a pretty penny on those fragrances. I didn't want you wasting them trying to make DIY powders with them. Also, with BEEEnchant dusting powders, like I said, I don't do any additional additives. It is the process that makes the powder so fine and so milled, and also the level of fragrance. And I love body powders too, for certain reasons, but not as a dusting powder. Everybody knows my favorite body powder is going to be Gold Bond's Comfort Powder. I love this stuff. And if you're looking for a non-scented natural dusting powder, Burt's Bees has a physical dusting powder. You see how it says dusting powder? That's what you're looking for. So if you take a look at your Dollar Tree powder, it says body powder, because it is a body powder, not a dusting powder. As I said, you guys do what you want to do, but there is a huge difference. And if you've ever utilized a real dusting powder, you would know that. So don't just follow the trends. Don't just follow what's cheap. Don't just follow the popular things right now, because the trend started with BEEEnchant dusting powder, and the longevity and the beauty of the fragrance will always be there. I've spent almost 2 years on this app trying to educate, not just sell you a product, but trying to teach you about this beautiful long-time self-care ritual by giving you amazing products that reflect the times. And from day one, I always said that dusting powder is an experience. It was about elevating. So it saddens me to see the Dollar Tree fiasco. And then it also, saddens me that, in the fragrance houses, that they didn't carry them anymore. And it was my goal to educate and to bring to you guys that level of fragrance powder. Again, you can do what you want to do. You're going to do what you want to do. But I'm letting you know that there's a difference, a huge difference. All right. I hope this explains some things for all the newbies in the chat. You can take the advice from the original, or you can take the advice from the copycats. It's completely up to you. As always, TT loves you. Bye.